Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know this is like review number 1,000,001 that you have seen of this line, but I don't care. I'm so super excited because I finally got to pick up some products from the Fenty beauty collection. Okay, so I am going to be getting ready. I do have like a really long day ahead of me. I have a meeting, class, another meeting, a small like little lunch break, and then class again. So then I work tonight. So long day. This wear test is definitely gonna be the truth. So the first thing that I got is the primer, and just look at the packaging. It's so nice and sleek and just makes you feel like, it feels like luxury. It feels like this would be like a NARS product. You know how like all NARS stuff like comes in like glass, but their skincare stuff like comes in glass packaging. That's how this feels. I'm just taking 2 pumps of that. That doesn't feel like a primer. I feel like I'm just rubbing in lotion. It does say that this primer is supposed to smooth your skin and it is pore diffusing. I don't have like too many issues with my pores, like being large or me like noticing my pores all the time. So, but I'll still see what this does for them. We'll see about all that. But off the bat, this feels really good. And I always have like the hardest time finding primers. And my skin is oily. If y'all don't know that already, I do have oily skin. I don't know if I'm tripping, but I feel like my skin does look like a little bit smoother than it did when I first started this video. And it feels smooth, so let's see how it makes the makeup and foundation last. So the product that I had to have at this line, I had to have both of these, the foundation. Like these two were like my number ones that I wanted at the collection, but I really wanted this foundation. So I am shade 370, and if you guys have like been subscribed to me for a long time and been watching my videos, then you know my struggle when it comes to matching, like finding foundations that match me. But yeah, so I probably did 2 or 3 pumps. The foundation is medium to full coverage, long wearing, light as air. All that is like me to a T, because y'all know that I do not like full coverage, heavy, cakey foundations at all. And I also picked up her beauty sponge. So I'm excited to see how this works. Okay, it's not a bad match. And this is not this is a really good match. In person, it looks just like my skin. I feel like on camera, maybe because the lights is making it a little bit more yellow. But I mean, I do have golden undertones, but this match is like perfect. As you can see. And I used a whole 2.5 pumps for a full face. My face doesn't feel like I have anything on it. And my face is not really shiny either. Like, it's still drying down on my forehead, so that part is still shiny. But as far as like my cheeks and around my mouth, it's not shiny. It's completely dried down, and it does have like a matte finish, like a demi matte finish. It's not satin, it's not dewy. And I liked applying it with this sponge. This sponge is really nice. It didn't take up too much time. This part right here got into like all of these areas, which is like the crevice of my nose is a problem area for me because I hate when foundation looks cakey right there. So yeah, love it so far. First impression is awesome. Now I didn't pick up any of her highlight sticks because personally I prefer like actual like creamy concealer as opposed to a highlight stick. So in like 2 weeks I plan to go back and get other things that I don't necessarily like need. Like this stuff felt like I needed, but I want to go back and get stuff that wasn't like first on my list of things to get, which would be like a highlight stick. I'm very satisfied with this foundation. Like it's kind of like my skin in a bottle. Like Love it. Love the sponge. So glad I went with the sponge. It's really airy and super, like, I feel like it's kind of softer than the Beauty Blender. It didn't take as long for this to like fill up with water and get damped like that. Like, it takes longer for the Beauty Blender to do it than this did. So that tells me that this isn't as dense as the Beauty Blender, which is a good thing. So what I usually do is take my Sacha Buttercup powder and set all of my highlighted areas. And then I always take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and just set my whole face. Okay, so this next product I am super excited about. This is the Matchstick. I actually only got one. I didn't get a highlight one because, like I told you guys, I didn't really see myself using it. And I didn't get a highlight one because kind of the same thing. But I will pick those up at a later date. I didn't want that to be a part of my initial purchase. So the one that I did get was for contour, and it is Truffle. This was described as a neutral brown. No, was it warm brown? I think it was either warm brown or neutral brown. How much product you get, and I know it doesn't look like a lot, but the stick is very fat. That's how it looks. That's like right up my alley as far as like contouring and bronzing goes. Yeah, it definitely does not feel super creamy, and I saw that on Alyssa Ashton's review. She said that it felt like more of a cream to powder formula to her, which is why I went ahead and set my whole face. Run this over the product. I'm not gonna pick up too much, just a little bit. So I got like not that much. Bronze my face like I normally would. That's so pretty. Oh my gosh, that shade is beautiful. It's very natural. Like, this isn't a harsh contour. This is definitely not the darkest one. So if you have a deeper complexion than me and you're watching this, don't feel like this isn't the darkest one. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is my forehead with the contour on it. So this side has been like contour and this hasn't. Or bronze, because it's basically bronze and not contour. But look at it. It's so beautiful. It's not blotchy. It's not. It looks really pretty. And I can actually see myself using this, like, because every time I put on makeup, I bronze my face. So I couldn't see myself using this all the time. And what I can say about these is that you definitely do not need a lot. Like, now that I'm looking like at this forehead compared to this one, this side of my forehead compared to this one, I definitely think I might have went a little too heavy-handed on the right side, or I put too much on. Okay, so I'm quickly just gonna finish up the rest of my face, and then I'll be right back to show you guys the final product. Okay, y'all, so I have finished my makeup. This is the final product. This is what it looks like. I know y'all like, you didn't buy a highlight and you didn't buy the gloss. First of all, the gloss was #1 on my list. It was sold out in the Sephora that I went to, and I'm like really like itching to order it. I'm like, should I order it or should I just wait until I go home and buy it at the Sephora at home? But I don't know yet. The second thing is the highlighter. Which highlighter everyone is talking about is Trophy Wife. If you haven't been to the store and actually swatched Trophy Wife for yourself, I strongly encourage you to do that before you order it, before you get your hopes up, because Trophy Wife is extremely glittery. I think that Trophy Wife is something that you have to have a preference for before you go out and buy it, because I had high hopes for Trophy Wife. I saw reviews on Trophy Wife. I thought I wanted Trophy Wife. Then I went to the store and I put it on my hand, and it was literally like glitter, like a thing of glitter just threw up on my hand, which as pretty as it sounds, just thinking about that on my cheek, it's just not the move for me. But right now, that's just not something that I could see myself buying. So I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Yeah, right now it is 8:21 a.m. I'm about to go out and handle my business for the day. I will check in periodically to show y'all how it's holding up, what it's looking like, what I don't like, if it's creasing, all that jazz. So yeah, my first check-in will be in a little bit. Alright y'all, this is my first check-in. It has now been 4.5 hours. I put this on at 8:21. It is now 1:08. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. About 4.5, 5 hours. The foundation still looks really, really good, as you guys can tell. I run around all day. I do a lot on campus. I don't really block my face. So for it to be 4.5 hours, going on 5 hours, and no blotting, this looks very, very good to me. It's definitely holding up better than my NARS. Problem areas that I have with my NARS, and I'm comparing it to my NARS because that's my favorite foundation. It's the foundation that I have the most experience with. I love that foundation. And the problem areas that I have with my NARS are like my chin and this area, like around my nose, under my eyes. This foundation is really canceling out any oils. This area is starting to look a little shiny, but it's not looking nearly as bad as it does with my NARS foundation. It's still popping. Like, it still looks really, really good. I don't have any complaints. But yeah, I will check back in a few more hours. I have a lot more to do today also. I'm gonna see how this really wears. So I'll be back in a few more hours. Hey y'all, I know this setting is a little bit different, but I wanted to come by the window and just show you guys how the foundation is looking. It is now, what is this now? 7:02, and I put this foundation on my face at 8:21 a.m. So this has literally been on all day. I am so busy during the day. I've literally been running around all day between class, between meetings, between my internship, like, and I also work tonight. I go to work from 8 to 2 tonight, so I'm about to take this off and get ready for work. I don't like wearing the makeup that I wore all day at work, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this little last check-in now before I take this off and get ready for work. Yeah, so just a couple of things around my mouth and around my nose area. I told you guys that was like my problem areas for me. They are now starting to get a little faded and a little oily, which for almost 12-hour wear, I mean, I don't expect it to still look as good as it did 12 hours ago. So I definitely added her blotting papers to my cart on Sephora.com because now I really, really want those. Like, I want them so bad now. This foundation gets the A+ for me. The primer gets the A+ for me. The contour is still going strong, as y'all can see. And I never ever set the contour because I heard it was like cream to powder finish. So I wanted to test that out and see how I would do without setting it. And it worked beautifully. But yeah, I'm about to go get ready for work. I'm about to get ready for my night. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, you guys.